Your next customer might not search Google for your services. They might actually ask an AI agent. And if your website isn't built to be found in AI, your business might not even make the shortlist that AI suggested. So here's 8 steps you need to take to ensure that your website can be found on AI services like ChatGPT and Claude. You ready for this, Jackson?
Yeah, I'm ready. And I'll say, even if they're searching on Google now, that is AI. So
yeah, Google has their AI overviews. Yeah, everything. And it's getting more and more pushed up. And so I have articles from Google and I have articles from OpenAI. So I have them all summarized into 8 steps that you can take. So the first step to actually get your site ranking on and get suggested by AI like ChatGPT. And I know this because I have 2 clients who often get leads from ChatGPT. And I know that because every link that ChatGPT gives a customer that they click has a little tracking parameter on the URL. So I can see, oh, this customer, I had 1 lead actually come in for a client Thursday, I think, that actually came from ChatGPT conversation. So it is happening to these sites. And so I do understand and see how this works and how to get the site, your business actually recommended by ChatGPT when someone's searching for a solution you offer. The biggest step and why I mentioned what I just mentioned is like normal SEO, like everything you've been doing for the past 5 years, following SEO trends works the same way for the LLMs like ChatGPT. So you have to do normal SEO well first. Google says there's no special extra requirements for appearing in AI overviews for Gemini. You just want to follow the Google search essentials and SEO best practices. Practical steps to ensure your site will actually get recommended. This is very basic SEO stuff. Again, it's the same SEO stuff you have been doing for the past 10 years, 5 years, whatever, still apply. So make pages crawlable and indexable, use clear titles and headings, and have useful content. Don't block important pages with your robots.txt file or no index tags. Go Google what all this means. Like you could find YouTube videos that discuss all this in detail. We're giving the high level strategies and what to do. And then make sure your pages are fast, accessible, and mobile friendly. So Google actually ranks pages based on how usable they are to the user. So OpenAI actually has some documentation on how to open up your site to be found or be more likely to be recommended. So OpenAI says the OAI search bot tag in your robot.txt allows OpenAI's like spider or crawling agent to actually crawl your site. And then what I mentioned earlier, OpenAI also says publishers allowing this tag can track GPT referrals with a UTM source equals chatgpt.com tracking parameter. So the URL will actually say the visitor came from ChatGPT. So you understand which leads came from ChatGPT. So that's super nice that they're doing that.
yeah. So high level, real quick, robots.txt is basically rules, like it's rules set for AI robots coming to your website, right? So this is just specifically allow OpenAI's agent to be able to view your website.
And so I actually haven't used the OAI search bot user agent tag in that robot.txt yet, and it's working already. So I'm assuming it's going to prioritize. So if you're in a super competitive market or a larger market, like you're a national like e-commerce brand or something, adding that tag will prioritize your site above others who aren't implementing that. Technical SEO type things like that, just give the platform like sorting rules. Like, okay, we're going to prioritize these people because they're actually putting effort into this.
Gotcha.
So you want to create 1 page per service and city. So this is a very classic SEO move. So this is very practical based on how search and AI systems actually need clear facts and navigation to understand what your site does. So this is like emergency plumber in Indianapolis, water heater installation in Carmel, Indiana, drain cleaning in Fishers, Indiana.
So that's what you're naming the page itself.
Right. Name the page. And then whenever you land on the page, it needs to be relevant to the person that needs that problem solved. And it has to be relevant to the location because you have to tell essentially whatever's crawling your site, it's going to be recommending it to people searching in AI. It has to be confident that your web page will solve the problem. But not only that, when people land on the page after searching, you have to be confident that the page they're on is right and will lead them to solve their problem.
Yeah, that makes sense. And so if you service multiple cities, you're going to want to build out multiple pages.
Yeah. So yeah, having like a generic index like listing page of here's all our locations is a good starting off point. But if I'm searching for a plumber in, Oklahoma City, then I land on a page and it doesn't say plumbing in Oklahoma City. I'm scrolling and scrolling, trying to find out if they actually serve my location or if Google messed up and recommended the wrong page to me. So immediately, like on the first thing you see on the website, it needs to be relevant, because getting people to click on your site is just half the battle. Actually converting from the website is the other half. And so Google and OpenAI are trying to close that gap, only recommend things that are relevant. And so having relevant content on each page is very valuable.
Nice.
The next one, so a way to give this one's from Google. They have this on their documentation. A way to give it more confidence besides just the content on your page is something called local business structured data. So Google says local business structured data can tell Google about business hours, departments and reviews, and other business details. So it's like a little tag, a little piece of code. Like your web developer should be able to do this. If you search for local business structured data, you'll find a result, send that over to your web developer. But this is structured data that Google looks at first to understand what your web page does, and then it uses the rest of the content to verify that. And so again, it's like the sorting. Google's going to sort or prioritize the pages that have the content that makes it easy for them to index, and then it's going to go verify that after. The practical steps in Google's documentation is add the required structured data properties that's in the documentation, follow their structured data guidelines, test with Google's rich results test. So in Google's search tools, so a way that you can actually see how many people are clicking on your site and everything, you can actually give it a URL and it will show you what it would look like in the search results. You want the structured data on a few of your pages. You can use the URL inspection tool in the Google's search console to test these. And then it'll also give you an error report or a crawling report, and you can have practical, like, oh, this page doesn't have enough content on it or whatever. You can actually go fix all of that. So next, to your Google business profile. Even OpenAI, everything that calls the internet probably starts at Google at the end of the day. If your business is structured in the right way where it actually needs a local profile. I know Jackson's been helping a barber with the local, the Google business profile. It's not like super easy. It's actually kind of a pain, but yeah, if you get it working right, I mean, it's your ticket, and you start getting reviews, it's your ticket to like free website traffic. So on that profile, it needs to be optimized with the exact services you offer, the exact service areas you offer in, and that should align with your website. You want to make sure your phone, your operating hours, your website, and a link to book with you is on that profile. You want real photos. Do not use like stock photography. Like, have real photos from the business. You need a process when you're interacting with customers to get steady reviews. So whether that's like part of your invoicing system or part of your follow-up contact sequences, like you need to get reviews. And then when you get reviews, respond back to them. So reviews like have like a reply thing, just like, hey, Jackson, thank you so much for your kind words. Can't wait to, see you next time. Like something from the business. Google sees that as an engaged profile. So you can post on it. It has a social feed. You can post on your Google profile. You can reply to reviews. Just showing that you're active puts you ahead of, the competition who doesn't have as many good reviews, isn't as active.
Yeah, I feel like the real photos is such an important one because people feel like familiar with your business, even if they've never been there, once they see your photos. And then when they show up, then it feels, like they've been there before. So I think that's a huge one.
Yeah. We got get mentioned on trusted third-party sites. So there's like all these business listing sites that you can build a profile on or claim your profile on if you've been around for a while. So this is like Yelp, this is the Better Business Bureau, Chamber of Commerce sites, other industry directories like, Angie List, things where people are going. And these sites are actively putting marketing dollars to get traffic to them. So why not, piggyback off of the marketing dollars they're already spending by getting listed on their sites. The local news, so try to just do cool things in your community and like newsworthy things, not bad newsworthy things. There is a such thing as bad. There is bad press, but
you should steal a car.
Yeah, steal a car to get some free marketing. But yeah, local news, get mentioned on local news, become a source. Like if you're in HVAC and you're in Texas and, July is right around the corner, it's like you could write your local news network and say, hey, I do HVAC. I've been seeing these problems in houses. I would love to come on and do a segment on like how homeowners can be, make sure they're not getting scammed by HVAC people, or make sure that their system's really tuned. Is a tune-up real? Like that kind of thing. Like reach out to your local news networks and actually offer your expert insights, and not as like, hey, I want to market be like, I'm seeing this issue and I want to solve it. I want to educate your audience. You want to use me to add value. Like, that's very valuable. Partner and vendor pages. So I'll stick with the HVAC situation. Most HVAC businesses have like a vendor who's like, they buy all of their systems through that vendor. You could do partnered marketing with them, and you could be a trusted retailer. Those links from the vendor site, which has a lot of authority in Google because they're a vendor, they're the source of truth for a product. Them linking back to your site is very valuable. And when the AIs are crawling to find out which sites are the most trustworthy and most valuable to recommend to people using our AI tools, they're going to look for people who are mentioned by third party. Jackson saying he's the best HVAC guy versus, 3 separate parties saying Jackson's the best HVAC guy is a lot more weight. Like, I shouldn't trust Jackson to tell me he's the best. I should trust other people.
You should trust Jackson. That's a good amount.
A lot of these, this is the last one, part of the third party site. A lot of these news outlets, social media, like if there's like a local social media person, I know Fort Wayne, Indiana has like the Fort Wayne foodie or something like that. Someone who blows up on TikTok and Instagram, has a, couple 100,000 followers and is getting, 30,000 views on reels and stuff. They probably have a blog or something, or they're doing featured businesses. Reach out to them and be like, hey, you should build a best HVAC businesses or most trusted HVAC businesses in Fort Wayne, Indiana, for example. And then suggest some of your competitors, and then also suggest yourself and why you think you're actually the best, because you want to actually give them an idea of like, what are the actual best ones, and then reference Google reviews and stuff, and then give reasons to why you're better than these competitors. So try to get on these best of lists. That's super, super valuable. And that will compound because it'll be on the internet essentially until they take it down. And most of these people don't want to do that.
Yeah. And I feel like that holds more weight because people feel like almost a relationship to those people a lot of the times, where they really trust what they say more so than maybe even, like the Chamber of Commerce website,
Yeah. And so the next one is like write answer style content. So, social media marketing is becoming more valuable. I think OpenAI made a deal with like Reddit, or Google made a deal with Reddit. Like the social media and indexing sites, forums are making deals like to give these LLMs or these AIs like better access to their data. And so having a presence on these, I think TikTok did a deal with Google where they're recommending TikTok videos more alongside YouTube. And so it's valuable to have content out there. That's like the new SEO. That's like the new blog post. So the more you're mentioning, you're talking about in videos, the LLM will, or the AI will understand that what you're doing more because you're putting more content. So here's like practical topics you can use. You could write all of these down into like ChatGPT and have it interview you to answer these questions. But here's like 5 questions that you should answer in your content. So one is like, how much does service cost in city? So just literally everything I'm about to say, like put it in a ChatGPT and have it ask you these questions. And then you can record on video the AI asking you and then you answering and then publish that video. It's super simple. But how much does service cost in city? Best service for problem in city? What to do when an urgent problem happens? And then service A versus service B. And then what should I call a professional for issue? Those are like the top 5 things that you should be doing SEO blog posts over, social media, like text posts, short little videos over. That gets you started. And if you actually want to implement a strategy to come up with this content, I have a tool for that as well that I'm going to share right now.
Let's go.
So this is the Content Creation Hub. Maybe you're trying to come up with a social media story, or you're trying to share something on your social media and you just don't know where to start. This asks like practical questions to you and then builds a script based on that. So I have a one here, but share a client story. So if you want to share, you went into a house and it was like a single mother and she had something going on, or you went to a family's house, you couldn't find a reliable contractor to help with their problem. This tool helps with that. So you come in here, it asks for the situation. How did you hear about the problem? What was going on? And then using your qualifications, how did you investigate or assess the problem? How did you develop and execute to fix it? How did you verify it worked? And so if you put all that content in here, generate my story, you will get a piece of content that you can use later down the road. I have one here that did my business story. And so it interviewed me, asked me a handful of questions. and it built this out for me. So this is like a good about me page, a piece of content that you could use. So that's the Content Creation Hub. It makes it super simple for you to take, I went to this house, I solved this problem. It asks you the exact questions to get a meaningful social media post out of it. And on top of that, I have the AI prompt library. There's a video here on how to use it whenever you go to it. Links to these are going to be in the description, by the way. This is a list of 25 prompts that are ready to be used. And the one I want to talk about first is marketing and content. And I'm not going to talk about all of these, I guess, but if you're trying to rank on SEO, you need to know how to structure that content in a way that you'll be recommended to customers. So the first issue we solve here is like AI doesn't write like you. So what it does is you can paste examples of your writing, then you can tell it how you don't want to write. And the words you hate, you fill this out, and then you click the open in ChatGPT. It'll actually open your ChatGPT account with the prompts and pre-fill it. And then after you do that, you can say, generate a full week of social media content. You answer questions. So HVAC, what social platforms? I want to say Instagram Reels, homeowners in Texas going into the summer season. And then describe a recent job, customer win, or interesting story from your business. I'm just going to do HVAC near Indianapolis, pick up one of these guys and get a review. So you just go to your profile and get a review. This is a good one. It's got an image. This is a real review. So it asks me these questions, and now it's going to go pre-fill a prompt in ChatGPT. I hit run the prompt. So here's 5 Instagram Reels posts built for Texas homeowners.
We're
so
still on the marketing and content tool.
Okay. Cool.
If you're trying to share the ChatGPT.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it threw in this prompt automatically. Sorry, that wasn't very seamless, but it gives you posts here and it tells you what you're doing, on-screen text, what to caption it, and like what to say. Like, so that you can put this text literally just on an image, or you could actually say this to the camera. And that gives you a call to action to say at the end of the video. So like, this is a very valuable way to generate content ideas if you're trying to find ways to rank on these social media platforms. So that was number 7, and then finally number 8. After we've done that, links to that stuff will be in the description also, by the way. You have to track, search your services in ChatGPT. Go to Google, Gemini, Perplexity, and Bing, and actually search HVAC near Indianapolis and see where you show up, and do that like every Monday. That's what you do. And then you put your position somewhere. Note what businesses actually got mentioned, and then note like when you maybe you're searching like how to do XYZ. Like maybe you're doing like a more high level keyword search or something that's not so much I need the service, but I need to know how this works. See which businesses and websites it's sourcing the information from, and then kind of reverse engineer that, and then improve your content based on what the AI is recommending. So here's, that was a lot. I've been talking a lot here, like 20 minutes. But essentially, if there's anything you take away from this, it's this. It's like make your business easy to crawl, easy to verify, and easy to summarize. So that means like clear service pages, a clear schema that Google wants on your page. You need to have a really good Google business profile. You need really good reviews. You need third-party mentions from people that aren't you, and then useful like Q&A style content throughout the site, your social media. That if you took notes during this, or you take the transcript from this video, or you're reading this as a blog post, like copy all of this, throw it in a ChatGPT, and then have it give you like a to-do list of things you need to go do on your site and social media.
Yeah, for sure. I will say this is where it's going. People might not even see your site, but all that work you put into it will hopefully make them see your name show up in the AI chats.
Yeah. Well, I think that's enough for today. I think everybody's got enough work to go do now.
I need to update my robust.txts.
Yeah.
That was a good tip.
Yeah. But all the free tools we mentioned, there's a link in the description. Go down, or don't download them. They're online apps, and it's absolutely free. It's only for people that are listening to Infacto Daily. So go check those out. That's the AI prompt library, and then it's the AI content creation hub. And if you're a small business owner and you're trying to build little tools like that I just showed you guys, you're trying to smooth operations, you're trying to increase revenue without having to hire a ton more people, go to infactodigital.com. There's something to set up a free meeting with us. We'll come in and audit your systems and help you prioritize what to automate, whether we give you a playbook you go do with your employees, or you actually hire us to build it for you. We're fine either way. We just want people to get ahead of the curve here and beat the competition. So that's at infactodigital.com.
And if you found this episode useful, the best way to support the show right now is just to recommend this episode to one person, one friend, family member, someone else that you think would find this information helpful, and they can improve their websites, their SEO.
All right, so see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.